out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months saying I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Sanders' first carry of the game. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
The 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. This short throw caught by Goddard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Murray's pass. Complete to
third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
The 44-yard line.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 17 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Now Murray off play action. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Shotgun now from Murray. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here in this opening drive.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Dante Pettis on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Number 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal
get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
2nd and 6. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jannard Avery in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Double coverage, and it's intercepted. And now the ball's out, funnel near midfield.
Steven Nelson.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case, they're retain possession.
And he's got this down to the 35. So a decent game, all for nothing on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Cook. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down now. It's Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and 9. That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man's pass, it's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And it's caught. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Olivier Vernon brings him down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. They'll find Metcalf. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Eagles.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Miles Sanders.
The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. 12. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5.
At the 8-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Derwin James on the coverage.
Throwing again, Murray. And this is caught in the end zone by Jalen Reagor. Touchdown, Eagles.
Complete to Jalen Reagor.
Jalen Reagor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now out comes Minnesota. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Brings up second and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8.
27-yard line.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Markel Lee leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Complete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. As he throws there, incomplete. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Murray.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
3rd down.
Now Murray again. Coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Eagles send out their punter now. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete. Jefferson the target. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. O.J. Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Second down.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now.
This will make it into the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Delvin Cook with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Murray now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Murray. And quickly finding Rager. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
18 on the play.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A gain of 20.
The end result, 21 yards.
Philadelphia.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half. Tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Levante David in on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second and 9 now. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jannard Avery picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but
There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now this throw caught left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Dalvin Cook on the carry.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second and 3. And first one there, incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And it's 3rd and short.
Complete. Darius Slay on the coverage.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
31 yards. First down, Eagles.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. His throw caught right around the 6.
Murray's pass.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jake Elliott.
Dallas Goedert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post
Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 20.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's second down and 10.
Back to the air on second down, it's Murray. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Philadelphia.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
A tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Intended for number 12, incomplete. Darius Slay on the coverage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Vikings on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Now Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The ball carrier. Jordan Jenkins on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
throw here. Out of the gun. Oh, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Goddard. A 7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Murray.
This ball complete to Rager.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Murray's pass.
Jalen Rager, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend of the NFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed, but as we know and often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Well, you're so right about that, but even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 22 yards there, a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Complete. Jefferson to target.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now and then, open down the middle of the field. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to throw again. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
27-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd down and 5.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jannard Avery in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They go for it on 4th, but this one's going to line up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 1.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Sanders, the ball carrier. Anthony Barr brought him down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.